Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve example 12 in chapter 13. The problem is the radii of the ends of a frustum of a cone 45 cm high are 28 cm and 7 cm. Find its volume, curved surface area and the total surface area. So here this is the frustum of a cone. It has two radius. So here the R1 is 7 cm and R2 is 28 cm and the height h is 45 cm. So this is purely formula based problem. Once you are thorough with the formulas, you can easily solve. So here the given parameters are R1, R2 and H. So volume of the frustum of a cone is given by 1 by 3 pi h R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 R2. We know the value of H, we know R1 R2, so just substitute them in the formula. The value of pi is nothing but 22 by 7. So here when you simplify, you see 7 square is 49 and 28 square is 784 and 7 times of 28 is 196. So when you solve and simplify, you see here we get 1029. So 7 and 1029 they cancel by 147 times and 3 and 45 by 15 times. So again we are having 22 into 15 into 147. So here the answer is 48510 centimeter cube. Here all the parameters are given in centimeters and we are discussing with volume. So here it is centimeter cube. And the next thing is finding the curved surface area. So curved surface area is given by this formula pi into R1 plus R2 into L. Here we need to find L. R1 and R2 are given in the problem. So L is nothing but square root of H square plus R1 minus R2 the whole square. So just again substitute the values. You see here 45 square plus 28 minus 7 is 21 square. So to simplify the procedure of taking square root, you see 45 can be written as 15 into 3 and again 21 can be written as 7 into 3. So here I am having 3 square as common. So when you take 3 square out of the square root, it becomes 3. So 3 into square root of 15 square plus 7 square. So which is nothing but 274. Right. So now when you take square root for this 274, so here 274, right, I am going to take the square root. So first number is 2. So 1 is 1 and because 2 2s are 4, it is a bigger number. Therefore here I am writing 1. So 1 is 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1 and for the next step I have to bring this 74 down. So here it is 174. Now I am having only 1. When I multiply this 1 by 2, 1 into 2 is 2 here. Then I have to add a number, that is I have to include a number here. For example, I am having 2 now. You can add 4 into 4 or 5 into 5 depending upon the answer you need, 6 into 6. So here I am adding 6. So 26 into 6 is 156. Again when you subtract, this gives the answer as 18. So apart from that we don't have any numbers, so just include zeros like this. So next you have to bring this 0 downwards. So 1800. Now again when you move up, now we have 16. So 16 into 2 is nothing but 32. So here I had written 32 and you see there are no numbers here. I have added 0. So I had kept a dot here. So again I am having 32. Now I have to add a number. Either here it may be 4, it may be 3 or anything. So here for our we need only this thing, that is 324 into 4 doesn't suits this one. So I am going with 325 into 5. So this gives the answer as 1625 and again here the answer is 175. Now I am having 165. When 165 is multiplied by 2, it gives 330. So now again I am adding 5 here. So finally I am getting the answer as 16.55. So the square root of 274 is 16.55, which is nothing but 49.65 centimeter. So here curved surface area is given by the formula pi into R1 plus R2 into L. So we know all the values, just substitute and simplify and here the answer is 5461.5 centimeter square because here it is area. Now the next thing is total surface area. Again this is the formula, pi into r1 plus r2 into L plus pi r1 square plus pi r2 square. Again just substitute all the values, simplify, and here we are getting the answer as 8079.5. Again this is area, so here the unit is centimeter square. So regarding frustum of a cone, this is purely formula based problems. If you know the formula, then it is very easy for you to solve. Now we proceed with the next example. So example 13. Hanumappa and his wife Gangamma are busy making jaggery out of sugarcane juice. They have processed the sugarcane juice to make the molasses, which is poured into molds in the shape of a frustum of a cone having the diameters. Anyway, here we have some story. Finally, you see frustum of a cone and it has diameters as 30 centimeter and 35 centimeter. And the vertical height h is given, which is 14 centimeter. So now you see, if each centimeter cube of molasses has mass about 1.2 gram, right? 1 centimeter cube of molasses has a weight of 1.2 gram. So find the mass of the molasses that can be poured into each mold. So here you see the mold is in the shape of a frustum of a cone, right? This is the shape of a mold. And here what is poured inside? Molasses is poured inside. Right. So here we have to find the mass of the molasses. Mass is nothing but weight. Okay. Weight in gram or kilogram. So the first thing is, you see, we should know the volume of the frustum, because what to say, depending upon the size, depending upon the volume, it will have its quantity. As I already said, a 1 liter water bottle can hold only 1 liter of water, not 1.5 liters. Right. So similarly, so the first priority is here to find the volume of this frustum. So what is the formula? It is given by pi by 3h r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2. So here what are all the things which is given? You see, the diameters are given. The diameters are given as 30 and 35. So radius is, we have to divide them by 2. So here you see, I had written 1 by 3 separately. 1 by 3 into, we have to take pi as 22 by 7. So 1 by 3 into 22 by 7 into the height h is given as, you see here it is clearly mentioned as height is 14 centimeter. So just substitute the values, and the value of the R1, R2, it may be of anything. Okay, you can take anything as R1 and other one as R2, because it is simply addition and multiplication. It doesn't make any difference. So here the R1 is 30 by 2 whole square and R2 is 35. Sorry, R1 is diameter is 30, right? So R1 is 30 by 2 and R2 is 35 by 2, and here you have to multiply. So when you simplify, 30 by 2 is 15 and 35 by 2 is 17.5. So again 15 square plus 17.5 square plus 15 into 17.5. So again when you simplify, 22 into 2 is 44. So 44 by 3 and 15 square is 225. 17.5 square is 306.25. And when you multiply, here we get 262.5. So again when you add, here comes the answer, and again you multiply, and when you multiply by 44 and divide it by 3, the final answer is 11641.7 centimeter cube. So this is the volume of the frustum of the cone, or volume of the container that is used for storing the molasses. So now what is given in the problem? You see, if each centimeter cube of molasses, that is 1 centimeter cube of molasses has 1.2 gram weight. Now what about the volume here? Here you see it is 11641.7. Totally we have this much of volume. So 1 centimeter cube of molasses has 1.2 gram. Now then what about 11641.7 centimeter cube? Just you have to multiply. So when you multiply 11641.7 into 1.2, here we get the answer as 1397.04 gram. Okay, this is in gram because here it is 1.2 gram. So when I want to convert this gram to kg, I have to divide this by 1000. Therefore, here it is 13.97 kg, or simply 14, approximately it is 14 kg. Right. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.